What's going on, YouTube? It's Jay Wilson, JWill07, Instagram, Twitter. You know the rest. Look who this is. PECKTEC, baby.
Hey, folks.
Interview. Exclusive. Maybe not exclusive, but you get the point. We're going to ask him a series of questions that I don't think have been asked before. I'm really excited, and they are not scripted. You ready, Sean?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Sean, why PECKTEC?
PECKTEC is a name I came up with when I was really young. I had an idea. I wanted to start a robot factory, and PECKTEC was the name. I was about maybe 12, 13 years old. I'd drawn all these pictures, all the robots that I was going to create and stuff. So that's where PECKTEC came from. A few years later, I thought it'd be fun to be called a bitch on Xbox Live by 13-year-olds. So I had to come up with a name for that. So PECKTEC was the name, and pretty soon after that, all I heard was, "Quit PECKTEC, sell your game. You're a bitch, PECKTEC." So anyway, yeah. So when, of course, YouTube and anything else came around, that kind of became my online identity.
Cool deal.
PECKTEC.
So you do this pretty neat thing that I'm still in fascination with. You do the clones.
Yeah.
So why the clones, and where did the inspiration come from?
The clones were definitely inspired by Wheezy Waiter.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a YouTuber, and he makes all these clones. He makes clones of himself, and they kind of like represent specific parts of his personality.
Okay.
Like he has sexy clone and all these things like that. So
Do you have a sexy clone?
no, don't. For some reason, none of mine come out sexy at all. They're all just they're all annoying and kind of aggravating. But the bare bone, like the real meat of it, was I got real bored just kind of sitting in front of my tank and talking about things.
Thanks.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. But I wanted to do special effects, but there's only so many you can do, and I wanted to make bigger productions, like tell stories and do these things. But none of my friends wanted to participate, and my wife and daughter, while very super supportive, don't really care either. So I needed actors, and the easiest person whose schedule always fit was me.
Bingo.
So if you want the perfect co-host, one you'll always get along with, just let yourself be your own co-host.
That is not something I will ever do, but this guy is pretty dang good at it. So let's cut to the fish. When did you start, some of the smaller tanks that you do? When did you get into it?
I think it's been almost 14 years. Like I had it when I was really young. I had a couple of fish tanks, that didn't work. We had them for a couple of weeks, and I don't know what happened to them. I guess they sent the fish off to the farm to run free.
Toilet?
Or something like that, yeah. All toilets lead to the ocean. If it's a freshwater fish, that's bad news. But anyway, so a few years ago for Valentine's Day, I got one of those little Marineland 6-gallon tanks, and I started really reading a lot about because I wanted this to work. I wanted it to work really bad. I only had 2 guppies in it, but I was like, damn it, this is going to be successful because I love aquariums. I've always thought they were really cool. Anyway, so about 13 years ago, I got this tank, and I started, the more research I did, the more I was like, wow, I need more tanks. And then, eventually it was like 1 tank to 3 tanks to 4 tanks and 5, and then just kept going on and on and on. And as I'd worked through most of the books I was going to read and most of the podcasts that I was going to listen to, I eventually ended up on YouTube. And then from YouTube, I just started, I kind of got lost in what I was saying. Eventually, I ended up on YouTube looking for advice and that sort of thing. And that sort of led me to wanting to create my own videos about stuff that I already knew or that I'd learned or wanted to share with other people. So that's cool. What led me to YouTube.
Well, if you've been watching PECKTEC, whether it's Facebook, whatever, you notice he's got a new toy. So can we expect a lot of cool things from the drone?
Yes. I send it up just about every chance I get. And I do some live streams with it on Facebook just because I think I'm enamored with the fact that I can project a live broadcast from 400 feet up in the air.
That's awesome, yeah.
And I think that's really cool. There's not a lot I can do on a fish channel with it, but I have started another channel. It has no videos yet, but I call it PECKTEC Air. Okay. So I want to take that 4K footage and just put it there. And they're not
Okay.
going to be like real complicated videos or anything like I normally do on my channel. It's just gonna be footage of flying around
Cool deal.
and that sort of thing.
So PECKTEC Air, check it out. No videos yet, but sure to come. One
Yeah.
last question. You're here at ACA. You get to meet all these people. What has been your experience overall with the fish community?
Oh, I'd love to finally come out and see all the nerds.
We are nerds.
I work in computers, and I can still, this is, fish people are like the coolest nerds ever. I mean, they're so infatuated with their hobby, and it is always fun to really meet the people involved, like the people that you don't see, because so many of these guys that know all this, so many of the guys that know all this stuff are really understated,
Yes.
real scientific, very quiet, and they're not real showy like in other people. And I love to come and meet and just really talk shop with all these great vendors and other enthusiasts and stuff in the hobby.
Cool
It's a lot of fun.
Well, let me tell you, the dude is actually better off camera than he is on camera, and that is amazing because he's killer on camera. Sean is awesome. This has been awesome. Make sure you are a member of the ACA. Go to the website, check it out. It goes to conservation. It goes to all these great things that go back to the community, and we're all a part of the community. So, Sean, I appreciate it. PECKTEC, you're the man. Thank you.
Thank you.